it's me, Natasja, and Michelle. We didn't plan anything. We're just doing
we planned. We got questions. It's been a minute.
Questions.
Pretty sure last video.
I got my planning. You can't see it. The video quality is too bad.
So last video we made was like a year ago. It's been a minute. That's what people like to say. It's been actually like a year.
Wasn't it last
Christmas?
summer that last Christmas?
We made a video. Very next day,
so it
we
wasn't
gave
this
it away.
Summer. It was the summer before that we
really
did Christmas in July. Christmas?
We did Christmas in July, but
July.
didn't we do
It wasn't last
Christmas?
year. It was the year before. We did Christmas.
No, it was 2020. I remember because we were talking about
Yeah,
2020 catastrophes.
But we did a Christmas video, didn't we?
We did one on Christmas. So it's been a year.
We
haven't done a video yet this year. Like
we don't even know what we've done.
I don't even know what year it is.
We're wrapping up our years. We don't even know what we did.
Okay, what's up, everybody? We're writers. You should know that if you're watching this.
We're authors.
It says I run on coffee and
hang on,
Christmas
somebody
cheer.
just tagged me in their story.
But
let's see what's happening on my story.
This is not coffee because it's too late in the evening for that.
It's just Michelle
Hot chocolate.
re-tagging me over and over my story.
You do know the video's running.
I do. Follow us on Instagram. I'm at Natasja Edie, and she's at something.
Michelle Wright, like a writer at 985.
Oh, I'm Natasja Edie, like spell it right. Natasjaedy.
Okay, my name was too common, and it was all like, you can only have that if you put a whole string of numbers behind it. And I was like, how about we make it right like a writer, because I'm a writer. 985.
I don't blame you.
Because those are my numbers, apparently.
Anyway. In the world, but you won't find me if you don't spell it right. So Natasja.
Mine did it too.
SjAedy.
This is what happens when you put candy canes in hot drinks. They eventually, the part that's in it just melts and then it breaks.
How many GIFs
and
does
it was all for
Instagram
aesthetic purposes anyway.
Let you do before it's like, no, I cannot post this.
Do you know we spent 2 minutes and 34 seconds?
Oh, I know it. Because we spent like 15 minutes. Is he sleeping? No, he's staring at someone.
Talking about the cat?
Yeah. Maybe he is sleeping.
I think he's
getting droopy.
He's definitely falling asleep.
She got a new kitten.
Yeah.
That's super cute.
He's a monster. The kids called him Clover, but he's all black, and he should have been called
Max,
Night Fury, or Panther, or something fiercer than Clover, because he's a monster. And by monster, I mean he's a little too playful with my older cat, who tolerates him a lot. He's a baby. He's so cute, though. Anyway,
I don't think he's sleeping.
Can we talk about, like, books, or
do you want to talk about books?
Christmas, things like that? Sure.
I have a sale on right now.
She's got a sale on right now. The whole series. You're going to want to get in on that.
I was supposed to have changed all the prices for Black Friday on my 8-book series, and 3 of the books saved, and 5 of them didn't. And Amazon was like, well, we don't know what's happening. We're trying our best. And they never got back to me, and it finally just worked
right at the end. Amazon.
Right at the end of Cyber Monday. Sort of. So I just decided to leave them up there all month long. It's for my Nepean Chronicles series. Sci-fi romance, so if you're into that.
So go buy them.
Go buy them.
Okay, speaking of your books, how about I just ask the first question?
What's
you got 5 questions for me? I got 5 questions for you.
I have 3. Okay, but I'll think of 2 more.
Sure. I'll start.
Okay.
Since you mentioned sci-fi.
Uh-huh.
What is your favorite thing about sci-fi and or space soaps? Because you actually write space soaps.
Well, I think the exploration part is fun. I actually enjoy, like,
Really? Not the romance on a spaceship?
No, well...
Joking. Sorry. Continue.
That's what I like to write.
The exploration part is fun.
I like putting it. Lots of people tell me that what they like about my series is that like it feels so familiar, but it's like different places, and that's what I like about sci-fi in general. It's like all these new places.
Yeah.
No, I like you get all the same tropes, but it's like different places, and there's like new stuff. And I like the aliens too. I don't write about aliens, but I like aliens. That's fun.
What aliens do you like? Like on Stargate?
I like Stargate. Well, a lot of the aliens on Stargate are like basically humans because the idea behind it is like humans were all over the place, but there are other aliens species. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like my series. My series are all humans. Mm-hmm. There's no alien species except that there are other animals on other planets, but no like humanoid species, which is weird. I don't know why I did that. And after I did it, I kind of went with it. That's cool. Yeah, I like it. It's fun.
Very good.
Oh, you want to like live out there? Go to Mars, colonize Mars.
Mars?
Yeah, like with Elon Musk or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably asked you this before. Sure.
What's your favorite trope? And why is it ailing grandparents?
Are you seriously asking me that question?
When the grandparents would die, I'm like, what's
okay, the thing about the grandparents. So I tried to think of backstories for my characters that like are things that people can relate to and also just like sympathize with the characters. I think it's easy to sympathize with like they lost a loved one, and like the easiest loved one for them to lose is a grandparent.
That's true.
Because like I just think it makes the most sense because like logically grandparents, you know, unless there's some freak accidents or things like that, whatever, like logically they would be the first to go, right? You typically outlive your grandparents, so it makes sense. And also I think it's like, not to sound mean to grandparents because I do love grandparents, but like I think it's
just to kill them off.
I think it's a tiny bit less depressing than if their backstory involved the death of like a parent or a sibling or something like that. So,
but you always make it so sad anyway.
I know, because they're very close to their grandparents. Oh. Well, and then also you can like introduce like a widowed grandparent, like the other one,
to another widowed grandparent
to make it like just a really nice story, like my story, The Temple of Kindness. Like I had like his widowed grandma there, and it like made a cute like grandson grandmother relationship, and I like that.
I have no problem like killing the parents of like characters. Like.
Actually, I've done that too, though. I do have one character who has only one parent, and if I told you who that was, it'd be kind of a spoiler. But anyway. You know who it is. You read my books, haven't you?
No, sorry. Yes, no, sorry. No, yeah, I know who it is. Sorry.
The thing is, okay, speaking of spoilers, though, I just wrote that book. Well, I'm in the process of writing that book, a sequel, which is coming out next year, so you should.
Is that a spoiler? That's not in the...
It's not in the book description.
Oh, okay. If it's not in the book description, it's a spoiler.
It's not in the book.
Follow us for more book tips.
Oh, you!
Oh, no. This cat.
There's the Night Fury that just scratched me. Don't jump on me.
So cute.
Okay.
Let's go on that. Okay, so the story behind the Max and Chloe thing is that I have two characters named Max and Chloe, and never mind, that's funny.
My other cat's name is Chloe, and apparently they have to be...
Very friendly. Anyway, that's cute.
Okay, anyway.
For us.
It's not necessarily a spoiler, but I didn't put it in the book description.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you read the book, it kind of becomes obvious before the narration actually says that it's a thing. Or at least becomes suspicious. Anyway, that book is getting a sequel, so it's going to get spoiled for whoever hasn't read it yet. So.
Are you finished it? You were writing it for NaNoWriMo?
No, I got just past 50,000. Most of my books are about 70,000, so I still have like probably like 6 to 7 chapters left. Sounds like about right.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about it though.
Yeah,
my NaNoWriMo project. I set the story in the island of Sardinia.
Michelle and I were okay. So she set a book in Italy.
I set a book in Sardinia, Italy.
I have an exchange student who's from Italy, so we kept like going like, how do we see this in Italian?
I have my two characters.
Which is bad because we are Italian. We should know better, but we don't.
Yeah, but we don't really know Italian. Not that much. But I have my two characters.
I studied Italian in school, but I don't know. I don't know things.
According to my research, they do apparently speak Italian in Sardinia, but they also have their own language. It's called Sardo, which I did not look into because a lot of them speak Italian. In fact, a lot of them speak English, so my characters are fine, just communicating the way they do. But I had them learning Italian because they're staying there for at least like a school year, so like September to like April. By school year, I mean like a university school year. So September to April is approximately how long they are staying there. And it was really exciting because it was fun to do the research. I spent a lot of time on Google Street View to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
And looking at random Italian phrases. They're also doing stuff with Mediterranean like marine animals, which was also fun to look up. So anyway, that was fun. And I made the 50,000 goal too, which was also fun.
So that's the thing is I wrote a book too, but my book series that I'm working on right now, all the books are like, they don't even hit 40K because they're meant to be short. So I'm like, I wrote the book and I was like, no.
Josh is also an overachiever. You hit the 50,000 like a week before the thing was over, didn't you?
Yeah, but I always hit it.
I know.
So I was writing a short story.
I just squeak in on the last day.
Yeah. So I was writing a short story and I started on the next book in the series too. Which I'm now working on.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many books are in that series?
How many books do I have
so far. How many books do you have planned?
Well, the first like part, like I want to say the first like arc of the series spanned an entire like school year, like from September all the way to the end of the summer after the school year. So that was 6 books. So I assume that I'll have another 6 books. I might just do 5, but I don't know.
Do like the other school years?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do after that.
By accident.
I don't know what I'm going to do after that. He just
say that again.
Dude, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this school year. So I did one school year. I've got that all written. A bunch of 6 of them graduated, and then I replaced them with 6 more characters. But if I do another school year, it's going to be a bigger group of seniors. So I don't know what's going to happen. Plus, there's the one character who's the exchange student who has to go back to Italy. Right. I assume. I don't want to send him back, but he has to. so I guess we'll see. I don't know yet. So I would assume like 12.
That's a lot in a series.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it my turn?
That actually makes me think of another question. It wasn't question 2, but I'll just ask you.
What is it? Oh.
How does one small story idea turn into an epic series?
Was it a small?
She writes epic series.
Oh, are we talking about all of my series? Or
any of your series? You're all.
It's always the side characters.
That's the answer I knew you were going to say. I was like, she's going to say side characters.
The knockout series,
the side characters are always clamoring for attention.
I didn't. I wrote Knockout Girl, and then I wrote Stand Up Guy because I didn't like one aspect of the way it ended. So I was like, I'll write some more. And then I just kept writing because I was like, oh, everybody likes Red now. And I wrote, and then I just kept going.
I remember your very first draft of Knockout Girl, which it didn't have that title yet. And I was like, interesting story. And then it turned into something like
big series.
Like a big thing.
With the New Pink Chronicles, too. Like,
the first draft of that was like a short story.
7,000 words long. A short story. And I was like, but the thing is that I wrote a novel that came after that, and then I kept writing novels because the stupid side characters. And it ended up being more of like a family saga than anything else because all the characters are somewhat related in some ways. I started doing, all the side characters. No, so it ended up being like a family saga because all the characters are sort of related in some way.
Yeah, but it's better that way.
Yeah, and then I even have a bunch of side stories for other characters in the series.
So when you buy all the ebooks for 99 cents, just read them first to the last. There's 8 of them, right?
Yeah, read them in order.
Read them in order.
They can be read on their own, but it's...
To be honest, I read a couple of them out of order, but...
Yeah, like they are complete stories on their own. They're kind of interesting on their own, but there's always like references to things that happen.
Read
like especially don't read number 8 without reading number 1. Please, that would be the worst. Because number 8 features the grandson of the people in the... That's not a spoiler. I write romance and
features the grandson of the people in the first book, so you can't read the last book.
And it would be really weird. Like there's so many references to other things that happen throughout the series. So there's that, and then also what's my other series? I have 2 other ones. Yeah, and then there's the Body Swappers, which I now have 3 more story ideas.
Right, that's your other series.
I wrote 4 of them. Oh, after the first one, I was like, whatever. And then I was like, well, people really like this. So I wrote another one. And now my husband makes fun of me. And he's like, what is wrong with this town that everybody keeps happening in the same town? I'm like, yeah, they're like people that they know. And there's like people that they know what's happening. But he loves them. He thinks they're hilarious.
It's contagious.
It is like literally like I think it's contagious because it always like
it's either that or there's something in the water in this town. Like what are they doing?
Listen, if you're a side character, you are in trouble because I will take you and give you some horrible backstory. Michelle will probably give you a dying grandparent.
Yeah, but your backstories are just as like depressing.
Some of them are really sad.
Wasn't Larson just like a loner for years? Like, poor guy. Just saying.
He didn't have any parents at all. He didn't have any grandparents either.
Bo didn't have any either.
No, he didn't
have any parents.
No, but Larson literally doesn't know who his parents are.
Yeah, so. See, that's a sad backstory. Sad. You're all talking about me killing off grandparents. Which is a natural thing. People's grandparents die.
That's what's great about the series is that, like, by the end of it, you realize, like, he got so many,
That's exactly why
his story starts when he's nearly 30 years old.
That's exactly why
you're younger than me and you don't have a story yet, it might be coming.
That's exactly why I wrote sequels to some of my books, with Finding Grace, I left it open-ended, and I was like, what if she actually...
What if?
Okay, so this isn't really a spoiler. She had this idea where she wanted to run a music school, like a music therapy school, but she didn't have any like music therapy training. But that was like a idea that she had in mind. And then I was like, wait, I didn't actually write that. Like, what if I wrote her a sequel and she was like doing this? So, and then I of course had to introduce more characters for her school, and one of them was so interesting that I almost wrote her own story. I was like, she could have a novella or something. Although the last time I thought I could write a novella, it was the sequel to The Temple of Kindness, and it was not a novella. Okay, I wrote them a big long story because in The Temple of Kindness,
so bad at that.
In The Temple of Kindness, Kate's parents were gone for the entire book. Right? This is where this came from. Kate's parents were gone for the entire book because they had gone traveling or whatever because they just retired. So it's just her and Beau, and they had the whole love story thing. That's not a spoiler. I write romance. They end up together.
Yeah, so it's never a spoiler.
I'm not even going to pretend like they don't end up together. It's not about whether they end up together. It's how they end up together. That's what you want to know. Anyway, that's just an aside. So Kate's parents were gone the entire book, and then I got to the end of it, and I was like, wait a minute. I never made her parents come home. I was thinking, they didn't just leave. Like, they were on vacation. They were not like, and it's been months. Anyway, and then I was like, what if her parents came home and found out that she's been with Beau because they've not met him and maybe they weren't necessarily happy with it. And I thought, like, that could create some, like, fun drama, I guess. I don't know. I put Kate through so much, that poor girl. But anyway, it turns out good at the end because they always do. That is why I write sequels. No. I get to the end of my books and I'm like, but what if this happened next?
That's why we write the stories in the list.
That's why the one I just wrote for NaNoWriMo, I was like, I got to the end of the book it's a sequel for, and I was like, but what if this actually happened? It's an entire other book.
I guess I shouldn't say it's kind of a spoiler. So.
Oh, it's fine. I already gave spoilers away.
No, because she makes plans, and it's like, okay, now what?
They make plans. At the end of the book, they're like, oh, we're going to do this next. So I can leave it to the readers to imagine what happens next, or I can actually just write that for you guys.
Okay, who's your favorite character that you've written?
My favorite character?
Yeah.
Are we looking for guy characters or girl characters? You asking me who my book boyfriend is, or?
He's out. He's shuffling. You can go ahead.
My favorite character.
What if I just drop one of these in here? What if I just put this in my hot chocolate?
So I almost want to say Beau, just because I think he's had the best, like, coming out of his. Because I also write sort of coming of age. I think.
He's coming out of what?
Out of his, like, past trauma and stuff. Like, because Beau is, like, at the beginning of the story, Beau is, like, a struggling musician. He's been on his own for a little too long. He's, like, broke. He's basically homeless. Like, he ends up...
I do like Beau a lot, yeah.
I do like Beau a lot. He ends up coming home to, like, well, I'm going to say home, but, like, to where his parents grew up. It wasn't even his home. But to his grandparents' house. And, like, stays with his grandma for the summer. And Kate's just, like, a ray of sunshine that, like, invades his life. And I like their dynamic together. So maybe him. I also really enjoy Everly from Summer's End just because she also has, like, one of the best, like, coming-of-age stories that I think that I've written. Also just really enjoy her dynamic with Kevin, too. Yeah, I think those are my two favorite couples I got there. Although, since I wrote 3 books for Grace and Alex from Finding Grace, and Living in the Music, they had 2 books. And then I wrote a 3rd one, Christmas Canvas, that was about Emma.
I was going to say, they didn't.
But Grace and Alex were still sort of big for side characters in Christmas Canvas.
Well, yeah.
And I really enjoyed following them along in how their relationship progressed. I think I really liked that. Basically, I can't choose a favorite.
Yeah.
But maybe both. I don't know.
I like Beau a lot. Although I like his grandma.
Like his grandma.
I do like his grandma.
I like his grandma. I like his grandma. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and in the sequel that I just wrote, I put a lovely Italian lady in there that she is just like, she's amazing. She's a side character with like so much character. I just love her.
Well, I guess who's getting a story next?
No, she's already old. I write about him. Okay, since we're talking about characters now, if your characters,
I don't have a favorite character.
If your characters were real people,
oh no, who would I be best friends with?
Who'd most likely be your bestie, and who would be your frenemy? Has to be frenemy because you write about teenagers mostly.
No, yeah, that's very true.
So who's your bestie and who's your frenemy?
Well, Ellie would be my bestie, but also no. I always talk about in my Less Than Perfect series that how like Amber and Rach are me and my best friend Gina. I always say I'm Rach and she's Amber. And then no, that's a spoiler.
I kind of thought it would be the other way around.
Really?
Sort of. When you said that to me, I was picturing it the other way around.
You know what's funny about that is that so I have these personality quizzes, by the way, and you can take one of my quizzes to see which my characters from one of my series that you are. And so I made her take my Less Than Perfect one, and she got Amber, and so did you. Amber would be my best friend, but so would Ellie. Ellie and Amber are a lot alike, and they would be best friends too. Yeah, probably them. My frenemy.
Who's your frenemy?
Probably. So I have one of my new characters in the Less Than Perfect series. Her name is Sylvia.
Oh my goodness.
I'm really doing
the one you were like, I can't believe I made her so horrible. What did you say about her?
No.
She was determined to be not horrible. That wasn't the word. Sorry, continue.
Was it the one? There was literally one that I took out of the series. I wrote
that you took. Oh, you took her out. Right. It's not Sylvia
because it's Sylvia. She's meant to be like a character you're not going to love at first.
You actually took out the one that you were like, this character is so annoying.
Yeah, but I'm making her really like much more likable because she's trying to be likable. But she would be my frenemy for a while.
She's a rich kid. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. You said Max had a group.
And that's the reason why she's our frenemy, because we don't get along with the rich kids. By the way,
you told me Max had a group of rich kid friends. Is she?
Yes, she is. Yeah, she is. So here's the thing about my Less Than Perfect
against
series.
Rich kids. Okay?
No. But the Less Than Perfect series. All of the characters are meant to fit a stereotype, but you find out that like they're not like true stereotypes. But like, so I was telling Eli, we were on a drive home from Niagara Falls. It's about a 2.5 hour drive. And I was telling him about I was like, asking him about my characters. He's like, okay. So I'm telling him about all the characters. And we got about not even halfway through. It's 14 characters. We got about not even halfway through. And he's like, why? They're all so stereotypical. It's such a stereotype. I'm like, that is so good. I'm glad. But then you read it and you realize like, oh no, they're not like true stereotypes. So yeah, she's a rich kid and she's spoiled and she acts spoiled. Yep.
That was like one of the reasons why I said I liked Everly too, because that was a whole part of the point of BFFs. That was a part of the point of their story, Kevin and Everly, is they were supposed to fit into like stereotypes too. But the whole idea of it is that they don't actually fit into that box. People don't fit in boxes, neither do characters.
Yeah, that's all.
They can, but like if you don't fit your character into a box, they're more like actual people.
Yeah, well, yeah,
so they're better that way.
Writing tip: follow us when we're writing.
The first rule of writing:
tell your life story.
Then tell the characters that don't actually fit into boxes. I'm just saying.
Shove your stories full of keywords.
And then make them 99 cents for all your hard work.
She's really trying to sell my series to you. Can you just buy the series just for her sake? Not even for
buy
me.
All
just buy them. You don't even have to read them. Just buy them. It's literally, listen, I put them on for 99 cents, but Amazon actually discounts them more. Well, I don't know about the Canadian site, but on the US site, they're actually discounted more. And I think right now they're less than $7 for the entire 8-book series. So if you have an extra,
that is the deal of the century, guys.
I've never had the whole series on for that cheap before, so it's a good sale.
It is a good sale. Okay.
Hang on, I have another.
Oh, you got another question? Sorry.
Well, okay. I don't think either of us have written this. Here,
I can't read your writing.
I know. I wrote it like that. Do you like the love at first sight trope? Love it. You say it.
What did you just
love
say?
At first sight trope.
Oh, I use it all the time.
Do you actually?
I literally write love at first sight.
No, I don't think that you do though. It doesn't come across as love. It's attraction.
I should have had a pile in my book too.
No.
Oh, it's oh, you're making a difference.
Like they actually are like they just met each other and now all of a sudden they're in love.
I like the trope, but now that you say that that's just attraction at first sight that I write, then I kind of like the way I write the trope.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever written it.
Okay, but
surprisingly,
I do like it, but then sometimes it just makes me think of, like on the movie Enchanted, where he's like, "Oh, Giselle, we shall be married in the morning," and then I'm like, "But you don't know each other." She's like, "Oh, it's been a day." Yeah, I still love the trope.
I like it, but I don't.
I actually thought I don't know what I was writing, but now that you mention it, that's not.
No, like your characters should be attracted to each other when they meet. If they're going to end up together, but like they don't. That doesn't mean that they're in love with each other. Some people will actually write like instant like love, and I don't know how to write that and get away with it.
I don't know.
Do any of my scenes?
I feel it comes across slightly less realistic. Not that I don't believe that could happen. Apparently, Joel decided he loved me as soon as he saw me. I don't know why. so that I just believe that's a thing. For some people.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever written it.
I just don't know if I could actually, like, if you're talking about, like, love, and not just them being like, I really like this person, they're probably my person. It's just a very strong like.
No, I don't think I've ever written that.
No, your characters usually start out hating each other.
No, that's
not all of them, but some of them. Some of them.
Like two-way couples.
Oh, okay.
The body swappers. I mean, that's the fun of it. That's why people read.
Now you realize. I know.
I literally have three more
started hating each other. That's why it's a friend of me.
that I want to write for body swappers. 3 more. So if y'all are into my body swappers, I literally am gonna be writing at least 1 more. But like I have ideas for 3 more. It just takes time to write those things.
You're just like a whole well of ideas. Is that the expression? It's not the expression, is it?
Oh, what?
I don't know. Scratch that.
Okay, I'll just edit it.
Okay, hang on. Are we going to talk about what's coming up in 2022, or are we just going to play
Let's
trivia?
just play a trivia game for
Okay,
party.
Merry Xmas Edition or Christmas game trivia? That one? Okay, perfect. Let's do it.
Which one do you want? Got Christmas carols, got holiday... Oh, I'll just...
Carols. Okay. Sorry.
Never mind.
Carols.
What Christmas carol has the lyric, "Oh, tidings of comfort and joy."
Comfort and joy.
That's the song. She's got to get herself back around to the beginning. There you go. What food and drink are usually left out for Santa Claus on Christmas Eve?
Cookies?
Who is the speaking voice?
Cookies and milk.
Yes, cookies and milk.
Speaking voice of
Jack Skellington in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, I've never been fond of that movie. And I don't know.
I don't know this either, but it's Chris Sarandon.
I still don't even know who that is.
The line, "Christmas is coming, the geese are getting fat," comes from what? A carol, a nursery rhyme, or a greeting card?
Probably a nursery rhyme.
Yeah, it's a nursery rhyme.
That's the name of
the dog.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a nursery rhyme.
My turn. Okay. Or yours, I guess. Depends on how you think of it. In the song, "The Little Drummer Boy," what did he give to the Christ child?
Drumming song?
Like a giveaway.
A drumming song?
The whole title was a giveaway. A song on this drum.
Yeah, I was like, can we call it a song? Yeah. It's just drumming. But it is.
What would you kneel before in an Italian home at Christmas time? Here's a good Italian word for our stories.
Is it an Italian word?
It has it in Italian, in English.
Oh, it's not like a crucifix, is it?
No, it's Christmas time.
I know, but I don't think a nativity?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The Presepio. Or manger.
Presepio or manger. Oh, cute.
Don't read the other one.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Who kidnapped Santa Claus?
You just showed me the whole card. And you're like, wait, she can read all the answers.
We do read, sometimes. Who kidnapped Santa Claus in The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Jack Skellington. Who else is even in there?
I don't know, but he's voiced by whatever his name is. Edward H. Johnson was the first to devise electric lights for Christmas trees. Which inventor did he work with?
Thomas Edison.
Well, yeah, he invented a light bulb, so
okay,
that makes sense.
So what books are you putting in next year?
Right, so the book that I wrote for NaNoWriMo, that I started, I should say, for NaNoWriMo, I think will do very well next year. I don't actually have a very definite plan for that one. I'm thinking like end of summer or maybe beginning of fall or something. I kind of need a publishing break because publishing books, like a lot of books in 1 year, you should know, is not easy. I did 4 this year and that was like a lot.
It's a lot.
That was a lot. And also it's not quite done, so I want it to be good. But I am also working on, it's not my only project, I am also working on, so last year in 2020, I put out
You should definitely put food in your mouth right now.
I'm just picking it up so I can move it around.
Just eyeing it. You didn't want me to pick it up. Sorry, go ahead.
Last November, I published To Save a Life, and it was the first of my Star Creek Christmas. Now, Star Creek is a fictional town that I made up just so I could write Christmas stories in it, and it's a super Christmassy town because if you're going to write a Christmas novel, the town has to like love it or hate it.
Christmas town.
But anyway, and it's called Star Creek.
Yeah.
And I decided that it could be a cute little series because there's too many side characters in the story. So, yeah.
They gotta wait a whole year just to have a love story.
Yeah, so I actually didn't put out a Star Creek Christmas this year because I had the other 4 books I was doing.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking that the next one, the Star Creek Star Creek Christmas is really hard to say out loud.
Star Creek Christmas. Oh, you're right. That is hard.
I usually just write things or read them in my head. I don't say this much out loud. Anyway, so it's not actually like a sequel in the sense that it's not even sequential because it is actually sort of like a prequel because it happens sooner than the first book that I wrote. It's just that there is a character there that I thought of a story for. So he's getting a story. One of the side characters.
What profession is he?
He's a doctor. Actually, okay, so I usually write about musicians and other artsy type people, so writing about doctors.
Have fun researching for that.
Well, I researched. Kevin and Everly are like water people, and I did a bunch of research for their story, and I think it turned out well.
I was so excited to
write the doctor thing. I'm not going to write a lot about his doctor.
I was so well. Here's the thing. I was so excited to write about the Lesson Perfect series because I was like, I'm a musician. I know music things. I do not know music things. I don't know enough music things. All the kids play things that I don't play. Yes. I'm like, even some of the
stuff. It is a problem. I had to characters are better at you at stuff that you like.
I am a brass player, but
I still
make
it sound like you know what you're talking
about. Things about trombone playing, tuba playing. I've played those things before, but I don't know that much about them. So I was like, I have to look up all this stuff.
And I wrote
make it easier.
I wrote books about songwriters, and then realized 90% of the way into the books that I needed song lyrics, and I don't write songs, but my husband does, so he wrote me song lyrics. Joel J Wright, look him up. I have to give him a plug in every one of our videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did not foresee that. Like when I was writing Finding Grace, eventually there's song lyrics.
That's why you think
really close to the end. And then I got close to the end, and I was like, wow, this would be so much better if the actual song was in here. And I was like, I cannot write song lyrics to save my life. Yeah. Not that good anyway. So I got Joel to do it. So
you're putting in another Star Creek Christmas? Have you already
started? Star Creek Christmas and the sequel, which if you've been following me on Instagram, you know what the sequel is for if you've been paying attention. But I'll be giving away more of that soon.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what the sequel is for? You know what the sequel is for.
It's up to you.
I mean, I did put some stuff on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So my Insta followers probably know what the sequel is for already because I've been writing about it.
Right. I am ruining her bracelet. Sorry, Pigeon. So I have, so you were asking my series, well, like the first 6 books are already written. So I'm putting out I put out 3 already.
Yeah, what are you putting out next year?
I'm putting out the other 3 next year. One's already up on a pre-order. It's coming out at the end of February. And then I think I'm doing February, April and June, I think that I'm going for. The summer book, I think I was going to aim to have out in June. So that would bring us to the end of that arc, and then I can start with the next school year, basically. I don't know when those are coming. I also have a series that I've slowly been working on. That's a spin-off of a Friends series, but it's totally different than anything else I've written. So, and I want to have a bit more of it. Like I have 2 books written right now, and I'm working on the 3rd.
You have secret
but I have 2. I do have a secret project. You know about the secret project, though.
Yeah.
I have, I think, 6, maybe 5 or 6 books planned for it right now. But like I said, I'm writing them. I have to get them. And I can't preempt him. I have to wait till he gets to a certain point in his series before I start releasing mine. So I don't know if that's coming out. I also have a story that I'm writing about. If you read my Naka Girl series, there was a fan favorite, and the fan favorite was Dan. And I'm actually writing a series.
I like that. Are you going to write him a whole series?
No, I'm writing a trilogy, but his book kicks off the trilogy.
You're writing him a whole series.
Basically, there's him, and then there's 2 other books that will follow it, but I can't say too much about that. Other than that, yeah, there's a book coming up for Dan, because, again, side characters get really interesting, and then they need their own stories. So that was a little bit different than I normally write, too, because... Mm-hmm. He's a little bit older. Not like old, but he's just older than most of my characters who were teenagers, literally. So, yeah.
Like we're talking about, we're like, well, next year we got plans. And we're like, but they're all secrets.
I do want to do, I don't know if, I haven't started my next body swapper. If I get one written, it'd be fun to put out another one next year, but I don't know just yet when I'll do that. Because I haven't even started it.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it then. So.
I'm just going to say, for all the people who actually watched all 35 seconds.
It's minutes, and we're cutting from
35 minutes, 35 seconds. Ooh. What are we cutting out of this? All the people who watched this far, I'm putting out a sequel to Summer's End. I sent Everly and Kevin to Sardinia, Italy, to study marine animals.
We've talked about that like 5 times.
Yeah, but I didn't
say that you're putting it out.
Who it was.
You didn't actually say that?
No. It's a sequel to Summer's End.
Oh,
and it's a bit of a spoiler to tell you that they're going to Italy, but you need to read Summer's End now. Now that you know the spoiler. 36 minutes into this video. For all the people who actually watch this far, there you go.
It's going to be 36 minutes. We have to cut a bunch of this.
Well, it's going to be some minutes.
Anyway, so yeah, we have lots of plans for next year. I have a newsletter. We have a newsletter that we share with our friends.
We sure do.
You can subscribe to both those. I usually give out a lot of free stuff with my newsletter. And we do with ours, with our friends too.
Mm-hmm.
So you can subscribe.
Yep.
Like and subscribe.
And Merry follow us on all our stuff.
Oh yeah, here's all our social medias down here. Okay, bye. Oh wait, you didn't see our shirts.
Merry Christmas. I run on coffee
and Christmas cheer. Goodbye.
Should we sing a Merry? Should we sing a Merry Christmas song?
Should we sing a Merry Christmas song? We'll sing my daughter's favorite. You wish me a Merry Christmas. You wish me a Merry Christmas. You wish me a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And she sings it really dramatically like that. She
Tidings to me.
She sings the stars in the sky, the stars in the sky. You wish me a Merry Christmas.
Is that even a line? She made it up. I love it.
Know the words.
She just filled it in with whatever lyrics.
Yeah, yes. I don't know where she got the idea that you wish me that, but yes, you wish us a Merry Christmas, and you will see us later. Bye.
Maybe next Christmas. I don't know.
Maybe we'll do a few more frequently video.
If we made more frequent videos, they wouldn't be this long. So thanks for watching.
They'd be longer. I think we'd be talking about lots of stuff. Maybe we'll come back in the new year and talk about the actual plans that we have instead of just
not just a bunch of secrets that we cannot tell you, even though we want you to know more stuff. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Okay, bye. Would you like to say goodbye? Goodbye.
See ya.
See ya.